Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to Anno 800. I just love my Yamatos who are actually blocking this path here. The AI usually was quite available getting those ships back and forth to Archie, and right now we are blocking this very important path for them. I do have also my submarines over there that can always help out. There's a fourth one by the way now, so we have quite a potent one-shotting attack force if we want to have that. And of course also the splash damage from this is just great, so let's just try it out on these shippies here. And as we can see, we get the occasional sploosh, and a lot of them are getting hit at the same time as well. And we have up to 4 now, and the cooldown is just super short. Destroy also there once more. And we can also get rid of them. There is now the island in between. Yep, it's actually getting destroyed at the cliffs then. This one here, actually make sure that it goes away. Perfect. And this battleship is already going down anyway. That was fun. I love my submarines, honestly. A nice quick attack force, that is. And finally, there it is. We can go ahead now and finish the construction of my first metro station. This is going to be great because with that, we can finally also fulfill something that has been unfulfilled for a very long time. And that's the subway need. It provides 6 happiness then as well and 50 coins per building. So this is going to be hopefully pretty great. Let's finish it. And with that, we have the first subway station. It's not going anywhere yet, right? Since we basically don't have any other second station there. So we do now need to actually do a couple of things, because it doesn't end here, right? With just building this. We now need to provide input here. First of all, this costs me 18,000 in upkeep, which is pretty steep. 100 engineers to keep constantly working on that. It provides, however, also some 10 attractiveness. Alright, thank you very much. And then it does need, of course, the subway now. It does need light bulbs, and it does need the tickets. And we should have all of this. So this is actually getting transported over now from my warehouses. Now that's something I'm not quite d'accord with, because we always will need a warehouse close to these stations there. It's fine for this one. For the upper one, we can also finish this one now, right? Let's go ahead and have the second station now in effect. Oh, we have some juicy workforce again available. And it's also now getting those resources. We should have plenty of that in stock, right? We got 78 tons of subway tickets, we got light bulbs, and we got 56 tons of subways already ready for the action. While they're getting the resources in, I'm actually planning my third station already, and this is my next one. We do have a marketplace and a pub. Both of them we don't really need here anymore. I would like to move the police station and the fire station a bit over into this region, so that we have this area available there again once more for another subway station. However, we don't have a warehouse close by. This is first subway station open. Oh, there's a newspaper. After a lengthy construction period and exploded costs, the first subway station was officially opened in the presence of the representatives from politics, science, and the royal court. Critics, however, still doubt their usefulness and call for an investigative committee against the city council. What? That's me. How dare you? I don't think that this is going to be okay with. Let's go ahead and... Oh, wait a second. No, I don't want that. Oh, it's getting busy now. Where should we put those? Let's put them up here. I have no other area for them. Let's have a beautiful warehouse here. Let's actually pump it up there so it does look like a proper city warehouse with the roads then. And here we can now have the next subway station. It's going to be a large one there too, right? Because we want to get the whole northern part of the city into this. Actually, I think a smaller one would just work fine for this one. We haven't built one of these yet. It only costs me 10 million. That's a bargain, really, for what we get out of it. So let's go ahead and build me the next one in this area. Another 10 million. And let's also start the construction. And from what I can see, it doesn't really cost less. It actually costs more. Did the last one already cost me 2,500 workers? Seems like an awfully steep price here. Strange. It does seem to be quite expensive, that one. And it's just a small station, really. Alright, fine. Now, how's it looking over here? Do we have it working now? We have. People can finally enter. Right. Productivity is up and running. There is already the first subway. It's a tiny one, and off it goes. And that's the subway system for you. There's also an elevator here, so we of course need to have some ornaments around that. And what you can also see, finally, that subway luxury need has been fulfilled. And this should really bump it up then for my investors. And they're now at plus 11. At least that's a bump. Right, and as we can see, it's affecting them. Now, it is affecting all the ones that are on the street level here. And it also affects them, I think, in another way. Right, it is in goods consumption reduction. So all engineers and all investors have negative 20% penny farthings consumption, and also attractiveness increase for all public buildings in the vicinity. And also giving me here some booster, and we're at a picturesque metropolis with that. Of course, what we still need for those here is some decoration around the subway station. It's actually planted there in the middle and have some slots around it. It does use this pavement there, so I'm probably going ahead and continue with it. Right, and what we can have here then actually is finally also some street ornaments that totally make sense for this one, right? Like my column here that we have, and definitely also perhaps a clock or something. And also definitely what we have on the other side is a telephone box. Newsstands that we want to have there as well, providing the latest news to the people. And of course also toilets. Very important that we have this one available there too. And then in the center there, probably something to eat. So if someone wants to quickly get some food, wait a second. Also going to want something here, and we could have the newsstand I already have, and a sandwich shop, for example, that we have and provides some food and drinks for incoming passengers. In the meantime, we have finished another building permit for my scholars. This is the most exciting thing. Let's continue with some 5 more that we can build. And continue here with those guys. I might actually, expand them over here then as well, right? It doesn't mean that we're actually bound to this one here. This is just where I wanted to start. Of course, we can still expand the whole area around this. We have plenty of artisans to remove, so we can just go crazy on this one too. All right, with those additional scholars, did anything change at the moment? No, not yet. Telesuits is going to be the next one that we need. Other production we are going to need as well is the boot makers. Now this is an interesting one because the production building itself, the manufacturing building, we need to have in Panagos. The raw materials though are coming from Mbesa. And in this case here with the ones that we have so far, the scholars, right? Oh, by the way, also here we can see that we're still producing more subways than we need, and we also still produce more tickets than we need. All right, so we need to increase those factories, of course, the more subway stations we build. Let's go ahead and just have a look at my boots. There it is, barely consuming a ton per minute right now. So I think with 2 to 3 tons we should be absolutely fine, and that means only 3 Sangha farms more or less could work for this. And we have those Sangha farms of course already over here, right? There's a full block of that. I think by just pumping it up with 50% we should already be fine a lot, right? So let's just do it like that. With this we have a nice surplus production now of 2. That would already lead to 2. So let's just go ahead and have, I think here we can have another one. Just beside this. Oh, that might be actually tight. No, this is fine. We can have another one here. And this should really be all that we need for a long time. When it comes to the Sangha farm here. So that's 4 already. The only thing we need, this is where my monster trade route comes in again, is this area here, of course. Now it is delivering a lot of things already. We do have room here though, right? So it gets the indigo over to Taprim and has nothing else then here. And the same goes here with the logs. The logs will probably fill up though. We have also this slot here still available. Let's go with that. Though, important to know, we are going to need also something for the tailored suit soon, right? So we will need probably then the indigo slots here as well. I still would like to keep all of this in just one ship. It's crazily good. Alright, with that, the Sangha or the beef is coming over, and we just need the production for this. I think one of them is fine because we can boost it with electricity already, and having it somewhere close would be fine. It is a smaller manufacturing factory that does not pollute in any way, so it would make sense to me to have it a bit closer to the city perhaps, somewhere where we do have some electricity flowing already. Oh, before we do this, we need to be careful here. There is a major attack coming in. Let's actually pull the the submarines back there a bit and my ships, because they clearly target my Yamatos here that are a bit too far outside there. Might actually just go ahead and, because the cool thing is those torpedoes have such a huge range that we can really get a lot of them out there. Just try to wreak havoc. Perfect. Doing some additional damage. There's one almost down. And they're already backing off again. Perfect. What we have is a power plant here that gets the electricity all the way down into this region. What we can do is, first of all, I can move that fire station away so those engineers have room here again in the powered area. I can move the police station away, and with that we have a bit of a space here just beside my warehouse that we can also upgrade a bit so it looks proper. And then we could have our production here. It gets boosted immediately. It is very low pollution wise, right? And it's just a smaller tiny factory that we have here. Yeah, really does give away that much, right? It's just a harbor building, we could pretend. And this is producing now 2 tons of boots per minute. Once, of course, the beef is coming in, the leather is coming in. And with that, already provide the next good for my scholars. That's the important part. Have we unlocked now the tailored suits? We have. Let's have a quick look at that. We do need 2 things for them. The cotton mill, or the cotton fabric, and also the linen fabric. This is now something we actually once again need to get over from Mbesa. And this is where I need to have the trade rate here adjusted again. For the indigo, so we're getting in here there it is, the linen, and get it over to Panagos. I'm particularly choosing here the second slot, because I know the second slot is most likely never really fully utilized. The first one is utilized, right, and the second one is basically for nothing. Randomly, that is. So with that, we have the 100 tons of linen. However, we will deplete Tabrim of its linen with that. Yeah, I will probably need to have at least another linen mill here to make up for it. There we have it. This needs the linseed farm. For this, we can already go ahead over here again. I think we might be able... What was that? Is there a siege in effect here? No. All looking fine and dandy right now. What I would like to have is a linseed farm that we could hopefully still squeeze in somewhere here. That would be great. I think we can do this. We can actually squeeze in 2 with. I just need to try this out. That's the first one. With its, yeah, some 96 fields that it needs. And that's the second one. Going up to 82. This is fine. This can work out, right? It's a bit of a lower productivity for one of them. But at least we have that production ongoing. We can also boost them a tiny bit. Oh, they're already boosted. And let's boost them up to 20%. Right? And with that, we can get another linen factory out there. I think even 2 of them, if I'm... Very good. There it is. And with that, we get this one over already. And then we should have a trade route here. There it is, right? Delivering motors and cigars and chocolate. And we still have a room here for, of course, my cotton fabric that we also get to Panagos over. And with that, we have already fixed those 2 products that we need for the tailored suits. Easy! Let's go back to Panagos. There it is. And I'm pretty sure that demand for this will be abysmally low, right? So probably not going to get rich or something. And 1 it is right now. So I think 2 will be long-term wise really necessary. Boosted, we only need 1 there as well. And hopefully we can kind of like squeeze it in here. And we should be able to do this. Perfect. Let's have this road going over. And with that, the second production, the suits manufacturing, is available. And with that, we have already finished 2 more scholar production chains. Now, it also has come to my attention that some of you are losing their minds because I forgot about this tiny patch of paved road here. I hope I have vindicated that problem again. And let's also have the pavement around that, because I think we might actually keep it here. Next up on my list is actually something smaller that I would like to do, and that is building my first, ornamental monument, you might say, or my my modular monuments that I have, and that's the zoo, my cultural building. And I would like to use one of these islands that we have for that, because I think it's fitting, and I also don't want to have buildings plastered everywhere. And with that, we have a quiet zoo there with a waterfall in the background, some aquatic creatures that are coming up with that. Be fine. What I would like to do here is, yes, let's build that bridge though over to this area so we can get rid of that one. I don't like it. And with that, we have a bit more space available. And here I might actually... No, this should be fine, right? And with that, we can have then a nice zoo somewhere here that is beginning more or less. Coming from my city. I would still probably like to add a major road to somehow to this area, so that this one does look like a proper road. I mean, there's several roads leading to the zoo, right? It's also this one that actually goes then all the way to... There you go, to my welfare. So this is coming together. The road to the industry zone is coming in here, and also the road then from the city itself there once again from the inner city. Still, there is a double road here, and I would like to use this double road kind of like to get over there. And we do have, not the world of workers there available, but still I do have quite a few. So I would like to kind of like try. We're going to get rid of them, have the double road here, right? That leads then up to this point, and here we have the bridge, which is a really cool looking bridge there, coming together over this, right? And the bridge can also be connected then here to that smaller, or to that bigger island there actually. And with that, it leads all the way here to my zoo building, and here we have then a proper entrance for it. Probably will cost me quite a few influence points here. I don't have the mod installed at the moment that gives me the adjacency independence, right? So we do need to keep this one kind of like attached to it. Though, let's build the zoo building first. I do of course also have the paving here, and this we can use. So let's go ahead and have some paving around. The central area I would probably like to keep available there. Something bigger. Who knows? That. And then we can have some of these compounds right next to it, probably with a bit of a distance there every time. This is the road that leads up to 500 tiles we can have. Should be fine. And here, the only problem that will really limit us though in this case here is then of course influence. I think 10, the first 10 we can build like that, and then it gets a bit tight. It's a tiny pseudo. I'm not planning anything major here. Up here, once the street goes all the way up, I would like to have a music pavilion for it. It also needs the adjacency bonus, so let's just make sure that we still can have then the fence around it. And I think like this should work out. Nice little music pavilion. And the sound of the animals around it. Yes, I think here it's tight, but we could still also add one here. Holy cow, that's going to be quite the cost here though, right? If I want to really finish all of them at once, that is. Another thing I still need is a fence around it, as I said. So we're going with a proper fence, of course, where people can still walk around though, right? So it's going to lead them all the way around the zoo area. So that we can also have a green buffer around the zoo. I think this is going to give me also a lot of attractiveness. They're just those fences, the fence modules that we have. We can also build all of the pavings here. And with that also then the first compound here still costs me 0 influence. Oh great, in fact it only costs me 30 influence to build the whole thing. So let's go ahead and do this. Doesn't give me anything yet, but of course we can now add then animals to it. I would also like to have some temperate growth then just around the fence area. So like this, we have at least another buffer area, as I like to call it. It's probably wrong. We can actually have 2. And once again, this will also be a nice attractiveness boost here right away. poof, there it goes. And then also, of course, the music pavilion all the way up here. Though I think we don't have a sheet yet. No, we don't. Doesn't matter, though. We have this beautiful location there with the waterfall in the background for a beautiful symphony of Mozart. Being played, of course, as well. There's also the resident quest then. My life's work in art. There I dream that by accepting this gift you intend to make it a centerpiece for the world to admire. And with that we get the sheet music for Anno 1800. Of course, there's a whole bunch of it to play. If you're interested in that, you can collect them all. And with that we can actually activate it and also get 30 attractiveness out of this music pavilion then right away. And have a nice opening concert of what is possible here at the Zoo of Panagos. And with that, I think we do have some animals in stock already. Yeah, we can go ahead with having some themed areas, right? We have, for example, here the tiger, of course, beside my theater. I think that's important. Then we have a little aquatic area, so where we have some fish and the swordfish. I think we can have this one 2 times. Great stuff. And all of this is then, of course, ramping up my influence just fine. And the more we find, probably from the dead body of Miss Hunt's ships, we can fill up this zoo now from time to time and also add more ornaments as we go. How is it looking with the rest of my production? First of all, of course, we have reached the 1,000 research points again for my scholars. Unfortunately, I will not be able to build one now. We only need 2,000 research points, and for that we need to get in now also the tailored suits. So hopefully here everything is now working. We get then 23 scholars per building in addition, and this will unlock then the other things as well, especially then here, as we can see, the 500 limit for the 2,000 research points that we have in effect here. How is it looking with my metro station in the meantime? We have built one here after all. It is almost done. And there it is, my mid-sized tunnel construction completed. And yeah, it's definitely quite expensive for the middle one. I think the only really point of difference was the 10 million credits. And for the electricity we need to provide, we need to build now the next oil power plant. That's the last one that I'm intending to build for the moment. This will then provide electricity. Let's just also check out how much oil we still have. And as you can see, oil is still going up, though at a very slow rate at this point. So some boosting of oil manufacturing or oil pumping is probably one of my next targets then. And with that, we continue onwards in the next episode. Stay tuned!